This video is going to show you how to take a GPX file export either from your GPS unit or another application and copy and paste that data into OneSmart Park layers so that everyone on your team can access them through OneSmart Park either online or through Field Maps application. We'll also go over exporting a GeoPDF and how to open that in Field Maps. So the first thing you need to do is sign in using this button in the top right corner. If you don't know how to sign in with your BG Microsoft login, you can follow these steps right here to help you through it. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And as soon as you sign in, you should see OneSmart Park show up in the bottom right. This is the online application, so if you click on this, it will open up. And this will look kind of similar to what you're seeing in Field Maps, but this online platform has several extra layers in it just for reference. And you might get a credential banner when you log in. That's just saying that you don't have access to the rare species and archaeological site data because you have not taken the protected data training that gives you that access. So you can just click ignore all to make that go away. And then for the purpose of this example, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and turn on the TWA boundaries. Alright, so the first step would be to use your GPS unit, or maybe you have data in a different application. You're wanting to export that data from the device as a GPX file if possible, and save it on your computer. Then you'll go to this Add Data tab and click to add data, and you'll click the File tab, and you'll see that it takes many different formats. For this example, we used a GPX file. So I'll click Upload, and I'll navigate to where I saved that GPX file and click Open, and then I'll click Done. And you'll see it show up under Add Data, and you'll click these dots and do Add to Map. It will automatically zoom to that data, and as the data loads, you'll see that this is a Cumberland Trail reroute. So right now, with that data on a GPS unit or maybe another application, no one else on my team can see that because it's stored locally on my own device. By copying and pasting this data into OneSmart Park, it's going to give other rangers access to see and use this data. So to do that, you go to the Edit tab, and you're wanting to select this line from the GPX data. And at the top, you'll see this Copy button. Go ahead and click that, and then click the Paste button. And it's going to ask me, what do I want to paste this line into? And so if I click on that, it's going to give me all of the line features that I'm able to paste into. And for this example, since it's a trail reroute, I'm going to use the Trail Planning and Maintenance Lines layer and click Next. It's going to open that smart form like I'm used to when I create new data, and I'm going to fill in the required fields, give it a trail name, and for the status of this one, since it's a proposed reroute, I'm going to click Proposed and then click Paste for now. Alright, and then if I go to my layers list now and scroll back up to the top, I'm going to turn my CT reroute GPX off and click out. And now I see the proposed trail maintenance line. And then you might want to use this in different ways. So first is if you're internal, you can open up Field Maps or OneSmart Park online, and anybody on your team can now see this proposed line and update it over time. However, if you have like an external trail crew that's building your trail for you, we now have the ability to create GeoPDFs directly from OneSmart Park. So to do that, you'll click the Print button at the top, and you'll want to give it a name. So for this one, I'm going to name it CT Big Bruce Ridge Reroute. And I like to show print area just so I can adjust the map until I'm happy with how it looks. And then I'm going to click print. And this is going to load for a second, but basically what this is exporting is a GeoPDF that can then be sent via email or via text to an external user, and then they can open it up in Field Maps even if they don't have a GIS license. So after this loads, I'm going to open up my cell phone and show you how that process works with opening a GeoPDF using Field Maps. So it finally loaded. I'm going to click on this file to open it. And this is what my GeoPDF looks like. So then this is where I would click download right here, and I would either email it to the trail crew or even send the file in a text message. Now I'm going to switch to my phone and show you how to open that file on my phone. Okay, I have emailed myself the GeoPDF, and that's open now on my cell phone. I'm going to click and hold on the file, and I'm going to click Save to Files. This is going to save it on my iPhone with the name shown at the bottom when I click Save at the top right. Now I will go to my files on my phone, and you'll see that GeoPDF show up. And I'm going to open that, and then I'm going to click the Share button at the bottom right. And here in this app list, you will see Field Maps. If you don't, you might have to click the More button. So I'm going to choose Field Maps. And immediately you'll see all of the maps I have on my device. And you'll notice that I didn't even have to sign in. So I don't have to have a GIS license to do this, which means your external users can see these maps if you share the file with them. So all you'll have to do is click on the map. And now if I were hiking the CT and planning a trail reroute, I could see my location with the blue dot, just as Field Maps or Avenza works. You also have the option of using personal markup if you want to make notes or sketches along the way. Okay, so once you sent the GeoPDF to the trail crew or your rangers are accessing the data in the Field Maps application through One Smart Park, it may be time to update the status of this trail to under construction. So to do that, I'm going to click Edit. I'll select this line, and then down here, I'm going to change it to under construction. And so that would be the status until it is ready for the public to use, in which then you would change it to open. And when you change your trail status to open, you also need to set some of these other values so that I know how to make the map look. So we know the blaze color of the CT is white, and the allowed uses are hiking, and the surface is natural surface. I'm also going to give it a moderate rating, and you'll see the segment length and in feet and miles if you need that. You can also click on this map and it will show you the vertices. So maybe the trail actually had to be built differently in this area. You can zoom in and change those vertices if you wish. Alright, and then you'll click Update. And so now we have an open trail maintenance planning layer. I'm going to get out of here. And this is when you would shoot Andrew or Leah an email saying, hey, we've rerouted the trail in this section. You'll see it in the trail planning layer as open. And what we will do is go into our master trails data set and update this trail line to match yours. And we'll also update any maps that may be using this trail line. All right, that's all for today. If you have any questions, please email Leah or Andrew, and we're happy to help you. Thanks for watching.